Hey there, and welcome back to another episode of the React Native. So, in this particular course, we are going to develop this beautiful application completely from the scratch. And this complete course is completely beginner friendly. So, anyone who don't know the React Native or who want to learn the React Native, this course is for you. Okay, and in this course we will learn a lot of different techniques, different topics and lot of more. Okay, so watch complete video. Now, before moving forward, let's walk through the application what we are going to build in this particular course. So if you see on this side, right, we have this beautiful launching home screen. Okay, and once we are in this particular home screen, you will see at the top section we have the beautiful header with the search bar. Okay, at the bottom you will see the beautiful navigation tab bar. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you how to use the React navigation in our application. Okay, and how to implement this particular tab bar navigation. Then we have this beautiful Google Map integration. Okay, and it's showing the user's location along with the business locations. Okay, and even though you can zoom it out, even though if I click on any of this particular business, you will see the business name along with that. Okay, then we have this category section where you can search. When you click it, you will see the result immediately. Okay, and obviously it's getting updated the map as well. Okay, so whenever you select any category, the map will gonna update and you will get the result. Okay, accordingly. Then you can have a beautiful scrolling bar with all the business nearby you. Okay, with the rating, the address, the name of the business and lot of things. Even though if you want to see the details of this business, click any of the business. For example, if I click on this, and you will see this beautiful model in Android device as well. Okay, not only on iOS, but you will see this kind of beautiful model on in Android as well. Then we have this beautiful information. Not only the information, but you will see the your address and the location of the business. Okay, and you can get the direction. If I click on this direction, you have option to select which map do you want to use to get the direction. Okay, also you have share option so that you can share this with your friends and family about this particular business. So you will learn how to get direction, how to share this particular content in our different social media with your friends. Okay, this implementation we will gonna learn in the React Native. You can just scroll down or you can just click back to close this particular model. Okay, then if you go to the search option, you will see this beautiful map search view. Okay, so at the top you will see this beautiful gradient. From the bottom also you have this gradient and the full screen map as well. Okay, with your current location, and if you see this ring, which is the area which you want to search it on. Okay, then you can search, find directly search it on the search bar whatever you want to search. And if I want to search anything, you can go it and search it. Okay, then at the bottom you will see the result, beautiful result. Okay, and it's horizontally scrollable. Again, even though if I click on any of the result, you will see the existing model. So we will learn how to use the existing component in the and reuse that component so that you don't need to rewrite your code for each different pages. Okay, and if you see, we are showing the whether this particular store is closed or not. If you see here at the close sign. Okay, then if I go back here and if I want to search anything, for example, let's search Walmart, so it will give me all the Walmart near me. Okay, say done. And if you see, we search all the Walmart nearby me. Okay, with the rating and all the information. Not only this one, but the Google Map is also getting updated. This is the nearby Walmart. It's we searching, but it also showing the all the nearby Walmart. Okay, see, you can zoom in, zoom out all this Google Map. Okay, and this application, the whatever the content we are using, it's completely free, so don't worry. So without doing any further delay, let's begin. So we are going to use React Native, which is a React based framework, and to build this React Native application. Okay, and if you don't know the React or React Native, don't worry. I'm gonna teach everything from the basic, okay, even though if you don't know. Then in order to build this React Native application, we are going to use this Expo build tool. Okay, this is the very easy build tool to develop this React Native application. And if you are completely beginner friendly, then this Expo build tool is quite helpful to build the application. Okay, and it's similar like Angular CLI, but Expo application give you more flexibility to develop this application. Okay, and also I'm going to teach you how to run your application directly in your mobile while you are developing this particular application. Okay, and you can obviously mirror it on the your desktop as well. That gonna teach you how to do it. Okay, then obviously in our application we are going to use Google Map API, and I'm going to teach you how to generate this API key, how to integrate it, and everything. Okay, and as I say, all this course content is completely free, and you can even generate this API key completely free. Okay, and another thing that we are going to use custom Google font, okay, in our application. So that also I'm going to teach you how to uh, add the Google font in your application. Okay, and then you can apply it, and there are a lot of things. Okay, also we are going to use React navigation to navigate or routing, to implement the routing in our Reexpo and React Native application. Okay, and this is also one of the best option to navigate from one screen to another screen. So that also we want to learn in this particular course. So if you did not subscribe to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel and watch this complete video. And if you really like this video, press like button. If you give me the 500 likes to this video, we'll come up with a new React Native course as well. So guys, without doing any further delay, let's begin. So, in order to create the React Native project, we are going to use Expo tool. Okay, so this is the one of the best tool. If you are a beginner, right, to and you want to develop the React Native, this is the best tool to develop the application. Okay, so this tool help you to predefine a lot of things. Okay, so if you go to this website, and here you will find some of the steps you need to follow. First thing you have to do, you have to install this Expo CLI if you did not install before. Okay, so go ahead and install this Expo CLI. After that, if you want to create the Expo application, right, don't worry, Expo application is just a React Native application only. Okay, so you have to write this command npx create Expo app. Okay, so go to your desired folder and open command prompt by typing cmd, and it will open the command prompt for us. Okay, and here just type npx create Expo app. Okay, then it will ask you, oh, do you want to proceed? Say yes, and then it will ask the project name. So in this case, we will type explore place. Okay, and then it will start installing the packages which we need for our application. So it will take few minutes, so we'll wait. And if you see, our project is get created. Now let's go to project by typing cd and the name of the project. So in this case, explore place. Okay, so we are in project folder, and just type code space dot, so it will open the VS code. Okay, so here we go, and if you see on the left hand side, we have all the project file which automatically get created with this command expo to create the application. Okay, so let me explain the project folders. Okay, so here if you see, we have the assets folder. Okay, so in the assets folder we will keep all our images, fonts, etc. Okay, so it will be placed in the assets folder. Then we have app.js, which is the starting point for our application. Once we run the app, you will get to know much better. Okay, so it consists of these functions. Then in the return, we will display the view in the sense whatever we are showing to the user on the screen will contain in this return statement. Okay, and then we have styling for this one. Okay, so with the help of style sheet, we apply the styling for the given component. If you see, we have this container, and this container style is applied to the styling. Okay, so it's kind of similar to the HTML CSS, if you know, right? And if you know the React, this is quite easy. Okay, but if you don't know the React or anything and you are new to learn React or React Native, don't worry, I'm going to explain each every details in the application. Then we have app.json. App.json is used to configure app related information. For example, the name of the application, the version of the application which we are going to deploy on the Play Store, right? Then obviously we have the icon. So what icon do you want to give to your application, the splash screen image, and lot of things, right? Also, we have different field name called iOS and Android. So depends on the platform, you can give whatever the icon or the whatever you want, right? So that configuration will come in this iOS and Android field. Okay, and another we have web as well. Then we have babel.config.js. I think we don't gonna touch this one. Okay, and then lastly we have packet.json, which contain all the dependency which is required for our application. Right now the four dependency: expo status bar, React, and React Native. Obviously we are developing the React Native, and React Native is based on React again. Okay, and that's the reason both dependency is there, and Expo is the tool, okay, to build the React Native applications. So let's run the project. So in order to run the project, go to the terminal, and here click on the new terminal. Okay, so it will open the new terminal inside your VS Code only. Okay, so here you have to type npm start or Expo start. Okay, so if you go here, right, and here it show how to start the application, right? So there are a couple of ways you can do the Expo start, you can do the npm start. Okay, so let's type it npm start and little wait. So if you see, our metro bundle is start, and here we got the QR code. Okay, so there are a couple of ways you can run the application. The first, you can install the application called Expogo in your Android and iOS application, iOS mobile device. Okay, and if you are using the Expogo in Android, then you can directly you will see the name of the application, you can directly open. Okay, I'm gonna show you the Android device. But if you are using the iOS device, you have to open the camera application and you have to scan this particular QR code. Okay, and make sure you also have the Expogo application in the iOS. Okay, once you scan this QR code with the camera using the iOS application, iOS platform, then it will open the Expo app and your application will run. Okay, another way you can do it by using the Android emulator, but many of our user sometimes don't have the Android Studio. Okay, and obviously it needs some setup, the SDK, the environment setup. So we will avoid that one, and then we will use our real device to run the application. So in order to mirror your uh, mobile on our desktop, right, we have inbuilt app called wireless display. Okay, click on it, and here you will see your name and everything. On your mobile phone, we have option called smart view. Okay, so if you are using Samsung, it's quite easy. And then you will see the name of your uh, laptop or the desktop. Okay, click on it and just say start now, and if you see, it's loading. Right now, if you see, my device is mirroring on the screen. Okay, perfect. And now let's open the Expo application. Okay, so I have this Expo application, I open it here, and if you see, as soon as you open, and you make sure you are in the same Wi-Fi connection. Okay, and then click on this explore place. Okay, this is our application. Now if you see at the bottom, it's saying bundling. Okay, so it will take some time, and if you say on the console panel as well, our application get bundled. Okay, so this is how you can run your application on your own device, and you can mirror on a desktop as well. Okay, so it's quite simpler. So we'll wait for a few seconds to run the application is about to complete. And if you see our application run, okay, and only it's showing right now open up app.js to start working on your app. And this particular text is written in app.js, okay, as I told you in before, this is our starting point for the application, right? And whatever the text is written in between this text tag is displaying on the screen. Let me change it. Subscribe to TubeGuruji channel. Guys, if you did not subscribe to my channel, please do subscribe. Okay. As soon as, as soon as I save this particular file, it will get reflected immediately on the screen. You don't need to refresh anything. Okay. Now we will install the navigation. Okay. So if you go to the Google then and search for the React navigation, you will find this React navigation page. Okay. So open that one. So this is the one of the best and easiest official library to add the navigation in your React native application. Okay. So go to the documentation and in getting started, right here you have some dependency which you need to install. So first of all, copy this React navigation native and paste it in your terminal. Okay. So don't worry, I'm gonna explain everything, how to use it and everything. Okay. But first of all, we will just install and get ready our application in order to use this React navigation. Okay. Then if you are using install dependent to Expo manage project, right, then you have to run this as well. And we already installed this one, so just copy this one and paste it again here like this. Okay. And if you are using bare React native project, you have to install this one. We are using Expo, so we are not going to use. Okay. After that, in this particular navigation we have different types of navigation. One is stack navigation. It's just simple. Once you click on any button and one, it will jump to the next page kind of thing. And then we have tab navigation, which contain a tab, right? You can just switch from the one screen to another using the tab navigation. Okay. So obviously we are going to use both this navigation, right? So first of all, let's add the stack navigator because we want that one as well. So I will also install this stack navigation. Okay. And then I will also install the bottom tab navigation. Okay. So if you go to bottom tab navigator, and this is how it looks, right? You can switch it. So also install this one as well, like this. Okay. And we pretty much set up. If we need anything, miss anything, we'll come back and we will check it again. Okay. But right now I think we are good. Now let's create a new folder called app, and inside this app folder we will create another folder called screen, which contain our main screens. Okay. And inside that I will create four different files. First, home.js. Another is search.js. Next is favorite.js, and last is profile.js. Next, if you don't have extension called ES7 plus React Redux Native, please go ahead and install this VS Code extension, which help you to initialize, okay, yeah, auto import the template by default, right? If I type rf React Native, if you see, right, if I type rf, it will give different type of um, option to add, right? So we want the React Native function, so I just enter it, and if you see, the default template is get created immediately. Okay. So do it for everything. Rfe, rnf, I think. Okay, React Native function rnf, this is f, and for search, and save everything. Now our home screen are ready. Okay. So this screen we are using for our tab. So inside the app folder, create another folder called navigations, and inside the navigation we will call tab navigation. Okay. So let's create a tab navigation.js. Okay. And add the default template like this. Okay. Perfect. Now if you go to the documentation of this bottom tabs, okay, it helps you how to add this tab navigation, right? So first of all, we have to define the reference for the tab, right, by using the create bottom tab navigator. So just add it like here, constant tab is equal to create bottom tab navigator like this. And after that you can just copy this code if you want. Okay, you can write it. So I will just copy it and make sure to import everything. Okay, so we have the tab which is already defined, and then we have navigator. So if you see, if you click on tab dot screen, and then you can define the different types of screen, right? So we have home screen, then setting. Okay, we will change setting one. So I will just write um, favorite, and then you can attach that one to the respective component. So this component, for this particular screen, you can attach a home. Okay, for this favorite we can attach favorite like this and save it. Now we added this tab navigation, but we did not import it in any of the component, right? This is just a file for the tab navigation. So let's go to our app.js file, okay, which is our starting you can get starting component. And here I will remove this particular line of code. Okay? And here you have to add the navigation container first. Okay, and inside this navigation container you have to add your tab navigation. So in this case a tab navigation like this. Okay, perfect. And then you save it, you will see this small icon, right? Because it's coming only one. So remove this align item and justify content center, and then save it. Okay, as soon as save it you will see a complete tab navigation. Okay, so here we have home. If I click on, oh sorry, I'm on mobile actually, but if you click on this favorite, see it switches to favorite. Okay, and at the top the name is also going to change, the component is also changed. Okay, so this is how it works. Now if you don't want this home header section, right, so you can remove it throughout the application. Just go to the tab navigation, and here you have option called screen options. Okay, inside that you can have option called header shown, right? So we have different options. You have to click header shown and just write false. Okay, and then save it. As soon as save, the header for all the tab it gone, right? Or you can do a for specific screen as well. Okay, so for the specific screen as well you have screen option, you can update it. But for now in our particular application we don't want the header throughout the application, that's why we remove it. Okay, so until now if you have any question, okay, let me know in the comment section. And now what I will do, I will add the remaining four screen. So another is the, so this is actually search. Okay, then this is favorite and this is profile. Okay, just replace this to search, and then this is profile. Okay, and if you save it you will see four different options. Now obviously we will change this icon later on. Now in order to add the icon, right, for each screen we have to, inside this option fill, we have to add the label for that one. Okay, you can change this label whatever you want. And the icon, okay, so in this icon you have to write the icon in this way, right? Now this ioni icon I am using with the help of this ion expo.fy. If you go to this site and search of any icon you will find a bunch of different icon, right, and different type. So for now I'm using ioni icon. Okay, so I choose the ioni icons like this, and make sure to import the statement first, and then you have to use this particular component name. Okay, and this is how I use it. Now what I will do, I will copy it for all others scenes. Okay, so just paste it like this profile. Okay, if I save it everyone is showing home, right? Obviously you can change the name now, so I will change to search. This will be a favorite, and this will be a profile. Okay, and also I will change the icon. So for I want second is search. And here you can filter the option. So if you want the ioni icon only, you can just filter it out, and here is the result. Okay, so ioni icon I will get this one, copy this line of code, right? So in this case you can just type search, and that will also work because everything will be similar, right? So I will just type search here. For a favorite I want heart, just type heart. Heart is coming, right? So you can choose whatever you want. So I will choose this one, heart outline, and then last is profile. So actually I want fully heart. It's heart. Next is profile. So select user profile. I don't know, we don't have any uh, I don't know what is the name, but if you don't have any icon in that type, you can choose different one. Just type user, you will see different type of user. So I will select this font of someone. Okay, so obviously you have to import the statement because this is different type of icon, and you have to use this font of some. Okay, so obviously I have to replace this one with this, and color will be this one, and remove this icon. Okay, and save everything. As soon as save, you will see the change. Okay, now even though you change it, it replaces like this. Okay, even though you can change the color, you can explore more in this tab navigation. Now let's build the header section. Okay, so in the app folder, we'll get a new folder called components. Okay, and inside the components, I will create a new folder called home. Okay, so it will be a home components, and all the components related to home, we'll place it here. Okay, so let's add new component called header.js. Okay, and add the default template. Now save this one and make sure to add this header inside the home.js, right? So it's quite simple. Because right now what we are doing, we are dividing each of our particular screen, right, into different small components so that it's easy to handle and easy to control. Now if you see, right, I'm in home.js and we want the header.js inside the home.js, right? So what you can do, I will remove this one, and you can just add header like this. Okay, and make sure once you add this one, okay, it needs to be header. The component name should match with this one and call header like this. Okay, and save it. As soon as you save, if you see, its header is showing on the screen. Okay, because in headers it's just header, right? You can write headers components, right? And if I save it, it will display header components. So this is how we can save, or we can import the child component into the parent. So we can call home.js as a parent component, and this parent component will hold a lot of childrens. Okay, and header.js is one of the children from the home.js. Now let's go to the header.js, and here we will add our code. Okay, so I already added some assets, which is the images, right? For example, I added the logo.png, and which is our logo like this. Okay, it will show like this. So you can access the source code and all the assets from my GitHub source code. Okay, the link is in the description, you can check it out anytime. Now here, first of all, let's add the image. Okay, so in order to add image, we have image tag. Okay, so if you see, as soon as you type, right, you will get the recommendation, and from the native you will find this image tag. Okay, make sure this import from the React Native. Okay, I close the tag, and inside that, in order to provide the source, you have to write this source. Okay, and obviously we are fetching from the local assets, right? So here you have to write require, write this. Okay, if you are fetching from the URL, I will let you know how to do it as well, because we are going to do that one as well. And inside this require, you have to provide the path of your local file. So in this case, I will dot slash space. We are in home now, again dot, and now we have assets, right? Inside the assets, you have to provide the file name. So in this case is logo.png. Okay, and save it. Now as soon as you save, you will find a big logo here, right? So obviously we have to give style. So there are two different ways we can give the style. One is the inline style, where you can give the style inside this tag only, or one is the outline style. So we can give style or return the style outside of this function. Okay. So first, let's try to define style outside. Okay. So what we can do, you can type RNSS. Okay. So it will give React Native style sheet. Okay. And inside that, make sure to import the style sheet. Okay, from the React Native. Here you can define logo, and so you can call it as a class name, and inside that you can give the style. So here I will give width maybe 50 pixel. Okay, and height will be a 50. Okay, you don't need to give pixel, you don't need to write it, right? It just be like this. and save it. So obviously it's not applied because we did not apply it to image yet, right? So in order to apply, you have to write style is equal to, in curly braces, you have to define these styles. So these styles is referred to this style sheet. Okay, and if I write dot, you will get the logo like this. Okay, so now your style is applied to this logo. If I save it now, see, it's showing on the screen now. Okay, perfect. Now one more thing, if you go to the let's go to the app.js and we'll give some padding. So throughout the application we'll give padding, right? So here in the container I will write padding of maybe 20 and save it. It will be look like this. Okay, but it's giving padding to this tab as well, so I don't want padding to tab. Okay, so we can give padding to the home.js only. So here you can give the inline styling like this, right? If you go to style, okay, and in the double curly braces you can write whatever you want. So in this case, if I want to give padding 20 like this, it says 20. See how easy it is, correct? Perfect. Now let's go to back to our header.js, and after this one we want to show the search bar, right? So for the search bar, obviously we will add one view. Okay, so this view you can say act as a div tag. Okay, inside that, obviously first of all I need to show icon, but before that I will add the search the input field. So we have the input. Okay, so it's called text input in a React Native. Okay, and close the tag. You can add the placeholder, so name we can give like search and save it. You will find the search is showing here, right? This is the input bar. Now let's give some styling. Okay, so you can give styling outside. So just I'll here you can give the styling. Okay, so I can write here search bar. Okay, like this, and I will attach to the style sheet here. So style is equal to styles dot search bar. Okay, now let's write the styling to this one, right? So I will give the border width of 1. Okay, then border color you can write, right? Now you can write color from here as well. For example, hash jojo jojo and save it, right? If you see, it's showing. And then you can write padding. You padding of 3 maybe, or maybe like this. And then you can give border radius. I want to be rounded, so I will use 50 maybe. See, it's going to be rounded, right? I will also give some padding on the left, right? Padding of the left like 10. Perfect, like this. And see, our search bar is almost ready. Okay, and next we have user image, right? So let's add the user image as well. So for that one I will add the style sheet user image like this. Okay, and for that I will add the another image, right? This need to be an image source, right? And here we have to require and then give the path of the local one, right now I'm giving the path of the local one. So let's assets, I don't have anything user as a user. Let's see. So I will give as a placeholder. Okay, slash placeholder dot jpg. Okay, and obviously you have to give some styling to this one. So style. Okay, attach the style. So style dot user image. See. Okay, and here is user image. So here we can write width of 50, height of 50, and I want a border radius to be rounded. So I will give border radius to be 100. That's fine because we want circular, right? And if I save it, see, it's coming like this. Okay, now we are pretty much ready. Now bring everything in one line. Okay, so in order to bring everything in one line, right? Now we will try to give the inline styling. So I will write style and double curly braces, and here I will say display as a flex. And if I save it, nothing will happen because we have to give the flex direction, right? So by default it's column, but if I give the flex direction as a row in one line, so it will be in one line now. See, okay, and then you can say justify content. So justify content will be space evenly. If I try to scale space evenly, it will be look like this, right? Also, for this text input, right, what I will do, I will give the width to be like 80%. Maybe let's give 80%, and let's see how it goes. Maybe it is not working properly. So space evenly instead of space evenly, right? First of all, let me remove the space, justify content, and save it. Okay. And then here we can write the width of 400. Let's see how it looks like this, right? So so here is the thing, right? Now, in order to give you the width, right, the different screen size will get different width, right? So how can you write the width, right? You have to write dimensions dot get. Okay. And here what you can do, you are doing, you are getting the dimension of this width, right? So from sorry, dimension of this screen, right? So this is how you can get it. Dot, you have property called height, scale, width, right? We want width, and you can multiply by zero point 0.8. Okay, like this. See, we want 7. And obviously I'm going to change this one, but we can write justify content space between. Let's see how it looks. Or space evenly. Okay, this is good. Okay, only thing that I will more decrease this size like this. If I, this is 7 only. 6. And what I will do, I will use some gap. So here you can write gap of 5 maybe, or 10. See, it work, right? And then you can write align items to be in the center. Okay, so what it will do, it will give the alignment to center vertically. It will be in one line, all the elements. See, okay, this is how it works. Now another thing, right? In order to be a better folder structure, here we give the color hard coded value, right? But in future, if you want to change this color, black color, throughout the application to gray, it will be little difficult, right? So what we can do, we can create a new folder, okay, called shared. Okay, and in this folder we'll keep all our shared files. So in this case I will get color.js, or say colors.js. Okay, and you can just say export default, and here you can write your color code. So in this case, if I want black, you can just write black and the color code of this one like this, and save it. Right now, in order to use, right, instead of this color, you can directly use it, right? So let's write color. See, it's coming from the shared slash color which we created. Dot, we have only one color, that's why it's showing only one black, blank. Okay, so it need to be black actually. Change this name to black, okay, like this, and save it. See, nothing will happen because we gave the black color, same color, right? So I hope this you understand how it works and everything, right? And this is the just a header section. We are a lot of things that we are going to cover. So stay tuned. If you did not subscribe to channel, subscribe to my channel. So now in our application, we are going to integrate the Google Map. So for that one, we have to use a Google Map SDK, and we have to make sure it's enabled, and we need to get API key from it. Okay, so let's go to this um, Google Cloud Console. Okay, so just type Google Cloud Console, and if you don't have account, create a new account. Okay, and then also you can create a project. Just type the name of project and next. Okay, once you go to the account, okay, here you will find the option called API and services. Click on it, and once you on this particular page, right, here you have to search Android Map SDK. Okay, search for it, and then it will give you this option map SDK for Android. Click on it, right, and then you will find this enable button. Right now I already enabled, that's the reason it's showing API enable, but you will see the enable button. Just click on that, it will enable button for you, right? Again, if you want to see the pricing, right, it's completely free, and it's when you are, if you are starter or you want to learn, right, you will get 250 credits. Okay, so don't worry about that one. It's more than sufficient. Okay, even though if you launch the application you have 10,000 users, I think that's sufficient, right? After this one, you have to also enable this places API. If you go to the places API, make sure to enable this place API as well. Okay, so in future we need this API. Now what you have to do, again go to this API and services. Here we have option called credentials. Click on it. Okay, once you click on this credential, you have to create a new credential. Okay, and just click API key. Okay, and here if I click on API key right here like this, so it's generating a new API key for us. Okay, just copy it, right? But if you go to the API key right here, you can click on it. Maybe you have to edit the API key. Okay, and here you can put the restriction. If you want to put only for Android apps, you can click Android apps only. Okay, and you can use some more property like restrict key, or you can generate the SSH key as well. Okay, everything, lot of things. Okay, I don't want, because I already have the key created, so I will use the existing one. Okay, but you can create a new one for you, right? And also you can create a new API key for the place API. Okay, so either of the one it useful. Once you create it, it will use for both of them. Okay, so don't worry. Now what you have to do, copy this API key. Okay, and once you copy this API key, let's go back to the app.json. Okay, inside the app.json, let me here, right? So in this Android package, right, you can give the package name. So write package, package, and in this case I will give com.tubeguruji.find place. Okay, you can give anything you want. Okay, and then you have to write the Google API key right here. So just write Google Maps API key like this. Okay, and paste the API key which you copied like this. Okay, and save it. Now app API key we imported successfully. Now let's go to this map view. If you search on Google Expo map view, you'll launch on this official map view documentation, right? And that's where we need to install this dependency in order to integrate the Google map. So first of all, copy this line, go to your project, and inside the terminal, paste it here like this. Okay, and if you scroll down right here, it help you how to use this particular map. Okay, so what we can do, let's go back to our application. Once it installed, right, inside the home, so let me get it home. Okay, we'll get a new file. Okay, so we want to create a new file inside home actually, so let me create home. Okay, and here we'll create a new file called Google Map View. Okay, .js, and add the default template. Okay, sorry, it need to be React Native function, and I will import this one inside the home.js. Okay, after header like this. Okay, make sure to import this particular statement as well and save it. And if you see, Google Map View is displaying on the screen. Now in order to use the map view, right, you have to write map view. Okay, so if it's not getting imported, right, what you can do, you can just copy the import statement from here first. Okay, like this, and paste it here. Okay, and then you need to provide the width and height, right? So we can use style. Inside the style we can provide the width. For example, in this case we provide width 400, and we can provide the height maybe 200, and save it. Right, now as soon as you save, you see the Google map is displaying on the screen, right? And it's just a simple Google map, nothing much into that one, right? Now what we can do, we can actually add the particular height. Okay, depends on the screen size, obviously height will get changed, right? So what we can do, we did this previously as well, right? So let me remove this line of code, and here for the width we can give dimensions, and we'll get the screen width first. Okay, so we can write screen dot and width. Okay, and then we will multiply it into 0.9, and for the height as well we will do the same thing. Okay, so dimension dot get screen, and in this case instead of width we'll do the height. Okay, we can write 0.23 and save it. Okay, and see, it looks beautiful, right? You can change this to maybe 8.99 or 8.9. Okay, now you can add more style, right? For example, I want the corner to be rounded, so you can just write border radius be like 20 and save it. I don't know why it's not applied, but let's see. We'll check it out later on. Okay, now let's give some margin from the top. So I will give the inline styling to this one, and let's say margin top maybe 20. Right, yeah, that's perfect. So I hope you understand this one, how to integrate the map, right? Now you can it map here as some properties, right? For example, you can add the provider. So by default it's a Google map, right? But if you are using iOS, it will be a um, Apple map, right? But you can define it directly like this, right? So inside this one you can define provider, okay, and provider Google, right? And you have to import that provider Google inside this map, so like this. Okay, so it's not going to change anything, but on iOS, Apple device as well, it will show the Google map only. Okay, after that you can write show, oh, sorry, not comma, show user location. Okay, and say true. Okay, so what it will do, it will give the user location. Okay, if I click on this icon, you see this icon is come up, right? If you click on this icon, so it will move to your location. See, it's moved to my location now. Okay, and you can give the region. For example, if I give the region option, right, region is the, it give the latitude and longitude. So once they have this particular map launch, it will set that particular latitude longitude location. Okay, so what I can do, I have dummy latitude longitude. Okay, with the help of use state I added this latitude longitude, and this delta I use to make it like zoom in zoom out kind of thing. Okay, so now what you can do, you can import this map region to this region and then save it, right? And it's saying use state is not imported. Let's make import the use state and save it. See, it's right now it's showing San Francisco. So whenever the app launch, it will define at certain place. Okay, so obviously later on we can add the we will change this latitude longitude with the current user location. Okay, so whenever you open the app and this map is get launched, it will show the user's location on the map directly. Okay, so this is how it works. So I hope you understand this one, and if you have any question, any doubt, let me know in the comment section. Now here, if you see, right, I added this border radius to 20 to this view, and I said overflow hidden, so it's getting the rounded corner. Okay, next we will add the user's location. Okay, so if you go to this documentation of this location, right, the Expo provide this location dependency is quite easy. You just need to install this particular dependency. Okay, so go to copy it and install it new project. Okay, like this, and then inside the app.json you have to add this plugin called expo location. Okay, so whenever this first time user comes on your application and come here, right, it will show the expo location and with this message. Okay, so go here and inside the app.json you have to have the inside the plugin you have to add this particular message. Okay, so make sure you will add it. You can change the name with the your name, like application name, like this. Okay, after that if you scroll down, this is the example to fetch the user location. Okay, so what I will do, copy this use effect. Okay, let's go back to app.js file, right? Here we will fetch in the app.js, we will fetch the user's location. Okay, and then this user location we will share throughout the application with the help of context. Okay, so you don't need to fetch user location it's in every page or every component. Okay, we will avoid that one. So paste the line of code which we copied here inside use effect, import the use effect. Okay, and Make sure to import the user location, sorry, the location statement like this. Okay, we also add this particular two line of code. Okay, so this will hold the location value and the error message value as well. Okay, and we are pretty much set. We will just console this location. So let's let console location and save it. Now it's saying use state is not exist. Make sure to import it and save it. Okay. As soon as save, it will ask you to give the location, right? Allow location, something like that. I already tried it, so it will not show to me because it's already enabled to this application. Okay, but let me save it again. If you see, I got the coordinates. So in that one, I have accuracy, I have altitude, I have heading, I have latitude and longitude. That's what we needed for our application to show the user location on the screen, right? So what we can do, we can just get, okay, we can get all this location information inside location. Okay, that's also fine, no worry. Now we will define context. Through the context, we will send this data to the throughout the application. Okay, that's where the context play a very important role. So inside the app folder, we'll create a new folder called context. Okay, and inside the context, we'll provide our own context. So we'll say user location context.js. Okay, here we have to do export constant, give the same name as the file name. Okay, is equal to create context. See, and it's importing from the React, and default you can pass null and save it. Now our context is ready. This is how simple it is. Okay, so now this context will use it in app.js, and we will wrap all of this component inside that particular context, so that you can use the context or this value whenever you want. Okay, so what you can do, you can define user location context dot provider. Okay, so this provider will help you to share your data throughout the all the components in between this particular one. Okay, like this. And to this provider you have to provide the value. So inside double value and double curly braces, we will send this location and set location value. Okay, so say location comma set location. Okay, so this location will help you to get the value, and the set location will help to set the value for this context. So whenever you set the location value from any component, it will reflect throughout the application. Okay, so it's very important. The mean the throughout the application, it means whatever the components defined in this particular provider, to that component you will get that change. Okay, very important. Don't misconcept or misunderstand this one. Okay, now we provide this location value. Okay, now what I will do, let me remove this console. Okay, and in map, Google map view component, let's try to fetch it here, that particular location value. So it's very easy. Here you have to define constant, then inside the curly braces you have to define the location comma set location is equal to use context, because you have to use context, right? And here inside that you have to provide the context name. So in this case is user location context. Okay, and you have to make sure the whatever the value you pass it here, right, in app.json. Let me go to app.json. Here we pass this value, right, location. So that value need to be, you have to get it inside this constant. Okay, now we have the value. Let's do one thing. हाँ काय एक मिनिट आलो, and control this, let's say location. Okay, and save it. If you go back to application, okay, and see it's printing out here as well. Okay, make it difference, like define location comma location and save it, and then see the location is printing, and inside the location we have this value. So how easy it is, we can transfer the data, right? Now there are, you can transfer from parent to child, child to again their child, so that, right, so on. But this context is quite helpful, right? And see, we can use anywhere in the any component. Okay, so now we have the location value, right, which is a user's latitude and longitude. That latitude and longitude we will set it for this map region instead of this hard coded value. Okay, And also we will use effect for here. Okay, if you don't know about use effect, so let me explain it. Use effect is the kind of react hooks. Okay, and this is how it returns. Okay, the arrow function like this, and this will execute infinite time if you define like this, right? But in order to execute only once the component is load, you have to pass it empty array like this, so it will execute only once whenever this component get load. Okay, also if you want to execute this use effect when some variable or some state change, you can define this change state here. For example, if I define location, right, and whenever the location value change, this use effect will get execute and your code will get execute like this. Right now we just want to execute only once. Okay, now inside this use effect you can define, okay, if we have the location value, then what we can do, we can set the map region. So you can just write set map region. Inside that you can add same value like this, just replace latitude with the location dot. If you see, right, so over here, if you go this, right, we have coordinates, location dot coordinates dot, we have the latitude, right? So this is the latitude dot latitude, and same path we'll copy and paste it here for the longitude. So where is longitude? Oh, so this is latitude and this is longitude. Sorry, like this. Okay, so we have latitude, longitude. So this is just for zoom, you can change it. Okay, no worry. And now we set almost ready, right? Now we can, what we can do, we can remove this default value and save everything. Okay, and if you see, as soon as I save, it's showing my location, right? This is my current location, and now on the map it also show the location. Now if you change this value, for example 3, it will more zoom out, see, more zoom in, correct? So it's up to you how you want to show. Okay, by default I will keep like this. So I hope you understand, and this is successfully we added the user's location on the map with their current latitude and longitude. Okay, and also if you see, right, I added this particular text called top nearby places. We give some styling like font size, margin, and everything. Okay, if you have any question until this point, let me know in the comment section, and you can follow me on my Instagram account. And if you did not subscribe to my channel, please do subscribe, guys. Now let's add a custom font for our application. Okay, so for that one, let's go to the Google font, sorry, and inside the Google form, select the font which you want. Okay, so you have bunch of different font, you can select any of them. I will select this railway, and then you have to download this font. Okay, once you download this particular form, you have to unzip the file, and then you can select any of this type of font, right? Because this is the like regular, medium, or semi bold, right, kind of thing. So right now I will select this regular and semi bold. Okay, and then keep this font in your assets folder. So I created a new folder called fonts inside the assets, and inside this I pasted this two font, the extension is ttf. Okay, once you're done with this one, just search for the Expo font. Okay, this is official document of the Expo font, and then you have to execute or install this dependency, okay, which is called Expo font. Once you done it, right, you have to copy this line of code to use the font. Okay, and then go to your application and inside app.js, so open the app.js. Here you have to paste this code. Now this use font is a hook. Okay, this is the Expo inbuilt hook. Let's import this particular use font hook. Okay, so if you can direct copy from here like this and paste it here. Okay, so this is the use font hook. So once you define it here, right, it will accessible anywhere. Okay, so you can give the name. So I will give the way. Okay, and here you have to give the path. Okay, so in this case I will give path slash assets slash fonts slash the name of the font, right? So in this case is railway regular, so just write railway dash regular. Okay, and you can do another one, so railway bold you can say, or semi bold. I will say bold only for now, and you can write here semi bold. Okay, make sure the name should match, and we have to give the extension which is ttf, and save it. Okay, now once you're done with this one, wherever you want to use this font, just go to that component. For example, in the Google Map view, right, we have this top nearby places. Here we want to apply that font, so here you have to just write font family and the name of font. So in this case we have railway, so I applied railway. See the font change, right? Now you can apply the railway bold and save it. Railway bold is applied. Okay, this is how you can use the font. Okay, and it's very simple to use. And if you have any question about this one, let me know in the comment section. Now let's add the user marker on the map. Okay, so adding the marker is quite easy here. Okay, so inside the map view, right, here we have this Google Map view component, and inside the map view, here we have to add the marker, right? So it's quite easy. Just add the marker like this, and if you see, it's getting imported from the React Native Maps. Okay, and close the tag. Now once you define the marker, you can give the title whatever you want. Okay, so right now we are giving the marker to the user, so you can give user. Okay, or you can just write you, so like this. Okay, and then there is another property which we need to define, which is the latitude and longitude, means the coordinates. Okay, so obviously we can show the same coordinates like this one. Okay, because in the map region we are showing the same coordinates, right? So inside here you can define coordinate, and then you can define map region. Okay, and save everything. Once you save it, you will see the user is map, right? If I click on it, right, if I click on this particular map, you will see the name u is coming. Okay, perfect. So this is how it works. And now you can define a multiple marker. Obviously the coordinates need to be different so that you can add different markers. Now let's add the category list, right? Right now I'm going to show only three category, but you can show whatever numbers you want. Okay, so inside the home component, okay, so we have this home component, and inside the home component we will create a new component called category list.js. Okay, and I'll add the default template, and save this one, and make sure to import this category list inside our home.js after the Google Map view. Okay, so here I will add the category list. Okay, now if you see, our components get imported and name is displaying on the screen. Okay, now you can define the list or whatever they want, right? Means you can give the name. So in this case we can give the name, select pop category, like this. Okay, and then you can use some style. So I'll give the some inline style to this one. Okay, so let's use style is equal to like this, and here you can define the style. For example, you can give the font size. What's the issue here? Font size to be 20. Okay, and save it. And if you see, font size coming 20. Okay, you can also give the font family. So just write font family, and then you can give railway. Okay, so it's updating. I don't know why it's not updated. Okay, it's need to be font family. Okay, and I will give margin from the top, so you can give margin to this view only. So just write style, and here you can give margin top, or you can say 15, and save it. Okay, and it will look like this. Now here I added the list of category. Okay, so it's contain ID, the name of the category, the value. So I will explain value later, and then icon. So I am using the local asset, the images from the assets folder, right? So I'm giving the path of that one, and I am adding this required so that I can use directly in the image tag. Okay, so in order to display this list of category, we are going to use flat list. So flat list is a quite important topic in the React Native Expo application, where you want to, whenever you want to display list of anything, right, you can use the flat list in the React Native. So here you can deploy flat list, and this flat list is importing from the React Native. Then it has a very different properties which you want to provide. First is data. So which data you want to display? So in this case we have category list, so display category list. Okay, then we have key value. Okay, so key extractor or key value, so you can define that one as well. It's not mandatory, but you have to define. Okay, data is thing is mandatory. Then we have another property called render item, where we are going to render the list of category. Okay, so inside this one and define item, and then here inside this you can define the view. Okay, view, and here we will write our the code where we want to display the category, right? For example, if you just display the in text, right, we will display the name of the category. So let's just write item dot name and save it. You will see the name, three gas station, restaurant, cafe, and these are the three category right now in our category list, correct? So here we will design the list of category. Okay, so what I will do, I will create a new component. Okay, so here in category, in home only, I will create a new component called category item dot js. Okay, add the default template, we React Native function, and add this category item inside this view. Okay, category item like this. Okay, and if you save it, three times category item is going to display, because in category item we have category item written. Now what you have to do, you have to pass this item to this category item. Okay, so in order to pass, right, you can give the name which you want to use. So in this case I will give category is equal to the value which you want to pass. Okay, and inside this category item you can accept that value over here. Okay, so the name which we give here, right, this name which need to be accepted here as a props. So this is called as a props, and when you define this in a curly braces, it called destructuring. Okay, now we have the list of, means we have the category. It's not list of category, is only single item from the list of category. Okay, now for example, if I display the name of the category, you can just write category dot name and save it. Okay, let's save everything, because yeah, and if you see, everything is displayed properly. Okay, so if you have any doubts in the particular scenario, let me know in the comment section. Now first thing, here we have to define the image. So make sure image importing from the React Native, and then source. Okay, so in this case we can directly write category dot I think icon, right? So let's check what is the, so it's icon. So you can just write icon. Okay, the require is already written here, right? So you don't need to again specify that one like this. And in this one you can give some style. So let's give width of 50 and height to 50, and save it. And if you see, the icon is showing on the screen. Okay, also this one I will give some font. So let's give some style. Here we can give the font size to maybe 13. Okay, and I will give the font family to 12, like this. Okay, this down and save it. And if you see, it's changed, right? Now to this view we will give some styling. So we add style is equal to, so first of all, we want everything to be in one line, right, horizontally. So instead of adding styling here, right, in category, go to the category list, and in flash list there is one property called horizontal. Okay, once you make this horizontal, and you have to make it as a true, it will display horizontally. See, so beautifully, right? You don't need to specify any or add any styling or anything. Okay, so now to this view we will first add the padding of 5. Okay, and we'll also will make the align item to be in the center. Sorry, align item to be in the center, and save it. If you see, it's working perfectly fine. I will also give some margin, so let's say margin to be 5. Okay, and then you can add the width, the specified width. Okay, so in this case I will add hundreds as a specified width, and height also I will add as a 100. Okay, so like this, so it will fill the complete screen as well. Okay, and then I will add the background color. So to add the background color, okay, you can use the our colors file, and from the colors file I add this gray color. So add the gray and save it. Okay, so it's little dark gray color. So what I will do, uh, you can change that color from the color palette. Okay, so I will add different color. So let's go to color.js, and I will replace this color to, oh, sorry, this particular color. Okay, this is a hex code, and then save it, and let's see whether we are adding gray color. So inside category item, here add the gray color. So it's not that much visible, but you can, because the background is complete white, right? So you can also give the white color as well. So let's see. So if I go to the colors.js, add the white as well. F, save it, and then go back to here and replace this to white, and let's see how it looks. Okay, yeah, this is also look good. Okay, so later on I will change it, but for now I will keep as it is, and justify content to be center, so it will come vertically center as well. Okay, and I will make the corner to be rounded, so you can make the corner round, sorry, the border radius to be rounded with 10, like this. Okay, 50, see. Okay, beautifully. Now you can give the elevation, the shadow, and everything is up to you. If I added the elevation as 1, okay, if you see, this beautiful shadow is adding, but I don't want that elevation, so I will remove it. Okay, and yeah, that's all. Now if uh if you see, right, if I scroll here, you will see this bar, to the scrolling bar, right? And you can add more if it's horizontal scrollable. Okay, so it's up to you. But if you don't want this particular scroll bar, you can add that property. So here you can say show horizontal scroll bar indicator, and here you can pass the value as a false. Okay, so by default it's true. Now if I save it and if I try to move, see, the bar is not there anymore. Okay, next, so we have added this view, right? But what if I want to click on this one, right? This view property don't have on click or on press kind of event. Okay, so in order to add the on press event, you have to replace this with the touchable opacity. So it has a different event property called touchable highlights, touchable opacity, okay, and touchable opacity base, or a lot of things. Here in this case we will use touchable opacity, so it's kind of giving us a small animation as well. Okay, so once you define this touchable opacity, see, uh, okay, so we have to once we add this touchable opacity property, right, from the React Native, we have to add the on press event to this one. Okay, and immediately on press event is will enable to this particular touchable opacity. Okay, so here you can define like this, and for now what I will do, I will just console it item. Okay, item dot name. Okay, and save it. Now in the console, let me go down. I don't know why it's not going down. So here, right, we will observe it. So whenever I click, see, this beautiful flash effect is coming, right? And whenever I click, the gas station, restaurant, the cafe is coming, right? So that's the reason touchable opacity we will use whenever we want to click something and add this on press event. Okay, later on we will implement the method in order to, for this particular category item. Now let's call this nearby search API. If you go to this Google, right, and here you will find the API to fetch the nearby places. Okay, so it's quite easy. If you scroll down, okay, I put this link in the description, you can check it out. So this is the API endpoint, where when you call it, you will get the response like this, and you will get all the information related to a nearby places which you are going to search. Okay, so it's quite easy. Here you have to pass keyword if you have, then you have to pass the location, which is latitude and longitude, then you have to pass radius and how much meters. Okay, this I think it is in meters. And then type, the type which I call you, right, in when we define this list of category right here. So this type, the value we give as a type, so this type is very important. Okay, and this need to be matched with this particular types, right? Okay, this list of type you will find it on this one right here. Okay, if you go to the place types, here you will find different type of types. Okay, so lawyer, library, and mosque, museum, and lot of things. Okay, so here, then you have to pass the API key which you already copied for the map SDK. Okay, you can use it here as well. So before that, in order to call this API endpoint, we are going to use this Axios HTTP. Okay, so this is very easy and one of the best client HTTP client library. Okay, so just copy this one, npm install Axios, go to your terminal and paste it here like this. Okay, so it will going to install it. Then in meantime, inside the app folder, you can create a new folder called okay, services. Okay, inside services we'll put our API, so we'll call this file as a global api.js. Okay, and inside here we will define our API. So obviously first thing we need to define constant, then we will define the base URL. Okay, so base URL will be like our main base URL. Okay, so you can get it from here, sorry, this one. Okay, so this is our base URL. Okay, next define the API key. So let's constant API underscore key is equal to the API key which you already created for your map. Okay, you can use the same, so I will paste it here. Okay, don't use mine. And then you can define method to get the nearby place. So nearby place is equal to the arrow function, and here we will use the Axios. Okay, so if you see it's imported from the Axios only, then it has a different property called get or post, patch, delete. Okay, so in this case we are getting information, so get, and then we have to add the base URL. Okay, after that, if you see right here, in nearby search we have the nearby search slash JSON and all the path, right? So I will just copy paste. Okay, like this. I'll remove this one. If you see, we have JSON right now. I'm passing the dummy location. See, the location is dummy. The radius I'm passing 1500. The type, which is the restaurant for now, just in order to test it. Okay, and then key, which is our API key. Okay, and now we have to export this particular method. So just say export default and nearby place so that we can use throughout the application. Okay, now we are pretty much ready with our nearby place method. Now let's go to home.js where we are going to fetch it, so that once we get the data we can pass it to any component inside the home. Okay, so over here you can pass you can create a method call home to call nearby search or get nearby search place. Okay, and the arrow function, and inside that you can call global API dot nearby place. Right now we are not passing anything. Okay, and then call then, and we will get the response. Okay, we will console the log and we'll just console the response. Okay, and here we'll add the use effect to call this particular method. Okay, obviously we pass the empty array so that it will only execute once. We'll call this get nearby place and save it. As soon as you save it, we got a bunch of different data, right? See, a lot of data. Okay, so obviously right now that we got the response. Okay, but we are using Axios and this is promise, our actual data will be in the data response.data. Okay, and now if you scroll down, we'll get the proper data only, whatever the data we want. Okay, and inside the data we have again the results. Okay, in that result we have the all the places list. Okay, so we'll get to know, but remember this thing. Okay, if you want to see, let me bring this nearby places, this one, and if I run this one right here, I don't know whether this is the correct location or not. Let's see. Okay, so I run the same URL. Okay, so same parameter, but if you see in the results we have the all the list of array of object. If I close this one, see, right? So once you run, we will get the 20 places, which is most sufficient for us. So it has icon, it has a name, the opening hours, the photos. Okay, then place ID and the rating, the address as well in the form of vicinity. Okay, so this is a complete address, a lot of things. So we got, this is how we will get the all the placed information. Okay, if you have any question until this point, let me know in the comment section. Now we will store this in one state, so we'll call constant place list comma set place list. Okay, and can add the use state here. By default we'll pass empty array, and using the set place list we will set the value for our place list. Just write respond dot result dot here like this. So now we have the place list value. Okay, I will remove this one and save everything. Okay, perfect. Okay, now next we will implement the we will display the list of places on the UI. Now let's display the place list. Okay, so for that one I will create a new component inside the home component, right in the component folder called place list js, and I will create one more component. Okay, let's add the default template for here for now, and I will create one more component called place item sorry, place item js. Okay, and add the default templates rfc react native function and save it. Now inside the place list, right, we want the list of all the places, right? So that first define the place list inside this home. So let's define the place list. Okay, and then we have the list place list here, right? So what we can do, we can add the condition when we have the place list ready, then only show this place list component. Okay, otherwise don't show anything. So I will pass it as a null. Okay, make sure this is very important, and this is a ternary operator, simple as it is. You can define the bracket, and if place list is available, then only show this component place list, otherwise don't show, or so that I pass it as a null. Okay, and inside the place list we will pass the value, which is place list and the place list. Okay, don't confuse, this is a smaller p and this is capital P. Okay, so very important. Now inside the place list, just accept this as a capital, sorry, a smaller place list like this. Okay, now we have the list place list. Okay, if you see the place list and name is displaying here, I will change it, and I will replace this with the found. I will give number, for example 5 places. Okay, and here we can replace the actual length of how many place list you have. Okay, so we can just write like this, place list dot length, and save it. Okay, and if you see right now we have 20, so it's showing 20. Okay, and now we can give some styling to this one. So write style is equal to, you can give the font size to be 20, then I will make the font family to be railway bold, save it. Okay, and also we'll give margin from the top, so let's give margin from the top to 10 like this. Okay, perfect. and we'll come here. Now we need to iterate this place list, right? So that we can use the flat list. Okay, and obviously for this flat list we have to pass data first. So data which we have is place list. Okay, then we will render the item. Here we will pass the item, and here we'll have a function like this. Okay, now inside this we will add this place item. Okay, so place item component and save it. Now 20 times place list item is displaying on the screen. Okay, now go to the place list. Before that one we have to make sure we pass this place list. So I will give the name as a place and pass the item. Okay, so single item is passing to the place item. Okay, it's similar to what we implemented like category. Okay, now go to the place item and um, accept it here as a prop. So I will accept it as a place. Okay, and now we will implement the UI here. Okay, so first thing we will define the image. For now I will use the dummy image. Okay, so source, and I will use the require the local image. Okay, and here I will pass the dot and the path of that one. Okay, asset slash uh, place folder dot jpg. Okay, and give some style. So here I will give some style like, sorry, we can say width of 120 and then height of 120. And if I save, okay, let's close this tag and save everything. Okay, now you'll see 20 times it's displaying on the screen. Okay, and now after this one we'll define one view. Okay, and inside that one I will define one text. For that one, let's say the name of the place. So let's say place dot name. We will show the place name. See, okay. Then we want to show address. Okay, so for address we have the address in the form of, means it, the field name is a vicinity. So we'll replace with the vicinity. Okay, so see address is coming, and then we want to give the rating. We want to show the rating as well. Okay, so what I will do, I will create new view because we want to give the icon as well. Okay, so first of all we want to show icon, right? So for the icon you can go this icons.expo.fyi. Okay, this is official icon from the expo, and here you can search whatever the icon you want. So in this case we want a star. You will find a bunch of different types of icon. Okay, so you can select any of the icon from the list of this icon. Okay, so now I will select, let me go top. Okay, I will select this star icon and design, right? You can copy this import statement. This is so simple, you don't need to install any dependency. Okay, and then you can copy this component line. Okay, like this, and if you save it you will see the icon is displaying on the screen. Okay, now you can change the color according to your requirement. So I will, you can change the size as well. I will put the 20 here. Okay, and after that I will put the text will be the rating we want to show, right? So just say item dot, and if you go back to our field, right, we have field called rating. Just type rating. Okay, so it need to be a place actually, and save it. And if you see, rating is also displaying on the screen. Now let's apply some styling to this one. So first of all let's apply some styling to this. So style, and inside here I will give font size. Wait just a second, let me close this because sometimes you did not get this suggestion, right? Just close this component and you will get the suggestion as well. So see, font size, I'll give 18. Okay, and save it. Let's see how it looks. Okay, and I can make it bold as well. So just what you can do, you can say font family, apply that bold font family like this. Perfect. Then for the vicinity as well I will change the font. So style and font size I will just make 18, but I will not apply this font family. Okay, and then we have the star, right? So before that one, what I will do, I will put everything in one line. So for this view, add the style, and inside that you can mark display it as a flex. Okay, sorry, flex. And then you can mark it flex direction as a row instead of column, and you will see magic. Okay, you can display flex one. Okay, uh, because if you see, right, it's going beyond this point, right? So we need to fix that one as well. So let's make width to be 100%. It's not changing anything. Okay, let's say okay, we'll do it later on, but for now just remember this thing. Okay, now if you see, right, for this particular view, okay, okay, so this particular view need to be in this particular view. Important, this one. And now if you see, star is coming, and for this view again we want this in a one line, so make it display flex and flex direction to be show like this. Also here you can make item to be in the center, so just write align items be in the center. Okay, and same for the star as well. Okay. Now it will look like this. Okay, next, for this we want to show maximum number of line is 2. Okay, so for this text has one property called number of lines, and you can define it as a 2. Okay, and for address as well you can define same thing. Okay, I want only 2 line of address maximum, you can just line number of lines 2. Okay, and now let's give some margin and padding. So I will give here margin bottom maybe 10. Okay, and same for this address as well. Okay, so it will give some spacing and everything. Okay, and here I will give some gap, so just write gap of 2. You can put more 5, and then you can change the color. So you can find the color. Okay, just type google on Google color picker, and here you will see this colors, right? So you can select the color which you want, like this. Okay, so in this case I will select this color. Just copy this hex code, go to your color.js and paste it here. So here I will say yellow and paste the color. Okay, make sure this is hash and then color code. Okay, and then place item, instead of this black color I will change colors dot yellow. If I save it, the star color will change to yellow now. Okay, also I will give some gap to this one, so that it will use distance between this image and this text. So give gap of 10, check how it looks. You can give more, maybe 15. Okay, and for image I will put the corner to be rounded oh, sorry, border radius, actually it's called border radius, to be 15 maybe. See how it looks. Okay, let's look good. I will change the size to 90. Let's see how it looks for 90. And it's too small. Maybe this one is much. This is good. Okay, margin bottom 5. I'll change to 5. Okay. And then for this view, right, I'm talking about this right view, you can go style and make it flex, okay, to 1, so that this line will become in one line. Okay, perfect, like this. Okay, now to go back here. Okay, and we give margin from bottom maybe 10. So we'll get some distance, make it 20. Okay, or better you can give margin on the top, because so that this gap will be okay, perfect, like this. Okay, but now if you see, right, if I try to scroll it, right, scrolling at this level only, okay, and not this upper part, okay. So in order to fix this issue, right, you can go to the home.js, and instead of this view you can change it to the scroll view, okay. So Expo has this React Native has this scroll view component, okay. This is quite helpful property, and if I save it, right, and now you can scroll everything, see, okay, all the list of places nearby with the rating and address is showing for you, okay. How simple it is. Now if you have any question, any doubt, let me know in the comment section. Next, we are going to display the photo over here, okay. Now if you see this field, right, here we have the photo prop field sorry, photo object, but inside that you don't have url, right. This is a different url, but here you will find only the reference, correct. Now in order to fix this, if you search google place photo, you'll find this link, open that link, and here if you see, this is how you can get the photo, right. If you scroll down, here you're getting photo reference, and this photo reference you have to pass to this particular url, okay. So this is the url, and then you have to pass the photo reference along with the api key, okay. So let's do that. So first of all, let's go to the place item, okay, and here we are showing this image, correct. So for this image, we will remove this require field, okay, and inside that we'll provide the uri, okay. So if you are using the you want to show the image from the url, you have to use uri, okay. And here you can use the link, okay. So I already copy this one, okay, and I will paste it here like this, okay. So this is the simple url which I showed to you, and here I'm just passing the photo reference, okay. So if you see this, okay, so this particular photo reference I'm passing it here, and the our api key, that's all, okay. And if I save it, let's see whether we are getting or not. So right now we got one error called item does not exist, so this need to be place and save it. If you see, we got the result, right. Now we have all the place uh, images as well, okay. Perfect. If you have any question on this one as well, let me know, okay. You can hide this api key and put it in environment variable, okay, .env here like this. But for now, this is a beginner friendly course, I will keep as it is. So here I created one more component called place item, and I big.js, okay. And here I added this particular design, right. If you see, I put this image vertically, oh sorry, horizontally big, and then the place detail, right. Only thing that I'm displaying, okay, whenever the after the fourth item I'm displaying this particular component, okay. If you see, if you scroll down, right, we are getting three items smaller and the fourth item will be bigger, right. And it's quite easy, just design this particular component, and in the place list, right, if you go to the place list here, while rendering the item I added this index, and when the index mod 4 is equal to 0, which means fourth item, every time fourth item, right, then I'm showing this place item big, otherwise I'm showing the place item, okay. You can access this source code anytime. If you got any issue or any doubt, any question, then you can access my source code. So currently we are hard coded the url, right, and if you go to the global api, okay, and we are hard coded this location as well along with the type which we are going to search, right. But now we want to send users location along with the selected user category, correct. So let's go to home.js where we are calling this particular api, correct, and here we need to send the information to this api. So let's get the user's location first. So just type constant, and with the help of the context, right, we will get the user's location. Here you can set location comma set location is equal to use context, okay. So from the context we will get the user's location, and in the context we have the user's location context, okay. Now in the location we got the user's location. Okay, now just copy this one, and here we pass the coordinates, which is the latitude and the longitude, right? So we have to pass with the location dot coordinates. Okay, so we use somewhere, so in Google Map view we use it, right? So this one, so first of all latitude and then latitude and then the longitude. Okay, and let's pass this one first. Obviously we need to pass the category as well, but we will pass it later on. Now go to the nearby place, global, in a global API, and here we have to pass latitude comma longitude. Okay, and here we need to replace it, so I will put it here, latitude. So this need to be like plus latitude. Okay, and we have to give comma plus and then longitude, like this. Okay, and once we send this, let's take the API. Okay, so let's save this everything, and in home.js, right, if you see, as soon as save, the listing get changed, and now you're getting the Subway, Quick Trip, Papa John's. Okay, so these are the restaurant, because by default in the type we have the restaurant. Okay, but currently it's showing my near places restaurants. Okay, which is correct. Now let's send the type as well. Okay, so here what we will do, we will add the type. Okay, and in home.js we need to send the type, but right now how to get the type, the question is how to get it, right? Because type we are getting from the category list. So let's go back to the category list. Okay, and inside here, when user click on this category, right, we just consoling it right now, right? But send this category, so here we can say set category, or set selected category, and then pass the item dot name. Okay, so item dot name, and this set category you have to pass back to the parent child, so you can pass it like this. Okay, so what you did, you set the value and pass it back to the parent child through these props. Okay, and in the home.js you are using this category list, use this set category list. Okay, and then you have the category, select the category value, so you can say value to this one, and then you can pass it to this get nearby place. Okay, so just say get nearby place, call this one and pass this value. Obviously you need to change this one, right? So you have to get the value first here. Okay, and then pass this value to this get nearby place. Okay, obviously when you are calling first time, right, you can call the default value. So here I can call the default value like restaurant. Okay, like this. So by default you will get the restaurant, and if there is some another value, again this get nearby place will call. Okay, now in a global API, in this nearby place we have the type now. Okay, so replace this type over here. So I will put the type like this. Okay, and then save everything. So as soon as save, obviously uh, this use effect will get called, and initially by default we are passing the restaurant. Okay, now let's try to select the gas station. If I select the gas station, okay, see, it's changed. Okay, but I think it's not getting correct one. Okay, so let's see what's the issue. So if you go to the, here we can print what the value is coming. Okay, so here I will say category, and we'll just verify what is the value is coming when we click the um particular category, right? I will comment out this because I don't want to call it, right? So I comment it out. So initially restaurant is coming. If I click on gas station, okay, see gas space station is coming. But if you remember, right, let's go to the category list component. Here we need to send value and not the name. Okay, so here we have to make sure we will send the value and not the name. Okay, now save it and let's test it now. So if I select the cafe, it's in cafe, gas station, and now we are sending the correct value. Okay, now go back to home.js, uncomment this code and save it. Okay, so my initially it's restaurant. If I change to gas station, so right now it's saying convert undefined value to object. Okay, so we are getting error again. So maybe not sure why. Let's see again what's the issue. Now to remove this error, right, which we had before, I this error is occurred because many of the times the place dot photo and the photo reference not available in the Google Place API response. Okay, so that's the reason you have to check if the photo is there, means the photo reference is there, then only show the image, or otherwise you can show the dummy image. Okay, so keep remember that. And now let's go back to our home.js. Okay, so let's search home.js, and here we are passing this value, right? Make sure to update that value inside this nearby places. So I will update this one. Okay, for testing I removed this, but now I will update it like this and then save it. Now initially obviously we are passing restaurant, but if I change to gas station, now it's changed to gas station. If I change to cafe, it's changed to cafe. See? Okay, so this is how it works. If you have any question until this point, let me know in the comment section, and then we'll move forward in this particular course. Now let's display all the business list, right? So first five business list location we will show it on this home page Google Map. Okay, so that's what we are implementing in this particular session. So first of all, let's go to the home.js, right? And here we are getting this place list, right? So let me clean this one. And this place list we need to send to the Google Map view. Okay, so it's quite easy. Here you have to write place list, okay, and the data which you want to send. So in this case is a place list. Okay, in the Google Map view you have to accept it as a prop. So place list. Okay, now we have the place list from the home.js. Whenever you change or you upload this category, the business list is appear, and that business list we are sending to this Google Map view. Okay, perfect. Save everything. I know nothing will gonna change here. Okay, now we have the place list. This place list we will use it here, and then we will iterate this place list information in order to show the markers on the Google Map. Okay, so here write place list dot map. Okay, and inside this I will add the item and then index as well. Okay, and after that you can write we will add the marker here. Okay, so what for that one I will create a new component called place marker dot js and add the default template. Okay, I will remove this code, and here I will add this marker. Okay, so right now I'm adding the given current marker like this. Okay, and now you will use this marker. Okay, so for now I will make sure to import this marker from the React Native maps and save it. Okay, now in the inside the place list we will call this place marker. Okay, because in place marker contains this kind of marker only. Okay, and then we will pass this item. So I will write item is equal to item. Okay, it means we are passing each business to this place marker. Okay, once you go to this place marker, accept it as here as a props. Okay, and now here we have to pass this map region, right? And if you see, the map region is nothing but the latitude, longitude, and this latitude delta and latitude longitude delta. Okay, so this information I already structurized. Okay, so what I will do, I will just copy paste over there in the coordinate section. Okay, so in the place marker, remove it and place it here like this. Okay, so this item contains geometry, location, and lat. If you go let me go here, and inside here, right, if you see, in the result we have geometry field, and in geometry we have the location. Inside location we have latitude and longitude. That's what I define it here. Okay, and passing it to the coordinates. I save this. Okay, and now again go back to the Google Map view. Okay, and now here we only want to show first 5 business marker on the screen. So here I can write condition index is less than equal to 5. I'm showing 6, that's fine. And then we are showing marker. Okay, let's save this one and test it. If I save everything, if you see, the marker is appearing. Okay, Now this marker is nothing but the first five business list, that is Subway, Quick Trip. Okay, if I click on this one, right, see its current location. So if you see right now, for everything is showing you, right, because in place marker the title is given as u, which is hard coded, right. We will replace it with the actual business name, so which is item dot name. If I save it now, let's click on, okay, this is you. If I click this one, it's showing Quick Trip. If I click this one, it's saying Bambian Italian restaurant. This is all near my places. See, Subway is showing, and so on, right. If I move to this one, Shiki Floor Season, something like that, right. So this is how we can show the marker. Now another thing, you can try on your own, that you can change this marker design, right, and you can put your own icon. It's quite simple. Here, uh, inside the place marker, right, now we are in place marker. Close this marker tag first. Okay, and here you can add the image tag or whatever the design or UI you want to show instead of that marker. You can show it here. Okay, so this is how easily you can change the marker icon as well. For now, I will keep it as it is. Okay, so if you have any question, any doubt regarding these markers and how to add the business marker, let me know in the comment section. Okay, and right now obviously we are showing only first six business, but you can change it to, for example, 10. Okay, and if I save it, I will see more. See, okay, but I don't want to mix everything together, so I will make it for 5 or 4 like this. Okay, so okay, and if I change this category, right, see this marker is also changing. Okay, perfect. So guys, let me know in the comment section if you have any question, and anytime you can access my source code for free. Now, when user click on this any of the business list, we want to show the place detail, okay, a business detail, and for that we gonna show it on the model. Okay, so we will implement the model first, so that once user click on it, model will open and all detail will display on that particular model. Okay, so for that one, here in navigation we'll create a new navigation called home navigation.js. Okay, and inside that, whenever you click on in your business, or right, we want to open the new screen. So first of all, I will add the default template, so rnf, okay, like this. And here we will implement the stack navigation. So constant stack is equal to create stack navigator. See, okay, and it's importing from the react navigation slash stack. Now you have the stack reference ready. I will remove this one, and here you have to define stack dot navigator. Okay, inside this navigator you have to define the different screen. Okay, so first of all we will define the home screen, right, because that is for what we are creating, right. So that screen need to be here. So we will get stack dot screen. Okay, in the tag, and here we will give the name, which is equal to home. Okay, then we will give the um, component, so in this case is home component. Okay, and make sure to import. Now our home navigation is ready, okay, for the home screen. Now in the go to the tab navigation, and inside the tab navigation we have this home screen, right, and it's connected directly to the home component. Now we will replace this with the home navigation. Okay, and once we've done it, let's save it and let's see the change. Okay, if you see, nothing get changed. Now we want to add another screen, okay, to show the details. So for that one, I will create a new folder inside this component folder, and we can call place detail. Okay, and inside the place detail, I will create a new file called place detail.js. Okay, and add the default template and save it. Now we have place detail component. Okay, now we will convert this place detail component to the model with the help of the navigation only. Okay, so over here define stack dot screen. Okay, and then give the name. So in this case I will do place detail, and the component name will be the place detail component. Okay, and make sure to uh, close this tag and save it. Okay, now we are pretty much ready with this particular home navigation. Okay, now let's try to navigate it. Okay, so let's go to the place detail, oh, sorry, place list. Okay, so in the place list, whenever user click on this particular business listing, we want to navigate to the place detail page. Okay, so obviously we'll first we will wrap this in a one uh, touchable opacity. Okay, so touchable opacity, let's wrap this like this. Okay, and here we have to tap in curly braces. Okay, now for this one we have to press on press event. Okay, and for this on press event we want to navigate, right? So we will add a function called on place click. Okay, on place click. Okay, and then we'll pass the item, and here we'll create a new method function on place click like this. Okay, and in order to navigate, right, we have to define the navigator. We'll define navigate is equal to use navigator navigation. Okay, so if you see, this navigation is a hook from the React navigation. Okay, now here as well we have to get the item. Okay, because this item we pass it, correct, this one. And on navigate dot navigate, okay, so here we'll change the name of navigator, you can say, and then navigator dot navigate, and then here we need to pass the name of this particular screen, so which is the place detail. Okay, like this, and save everything. Let's, and now when I click on any of the business, okay, let me see, it's jumping to the place detail screen, right? But it's not look like a model. Okay, and also if you see, we have big header as well as on the home screen as well we are getting this header, right? So we have to get rid of this header as well. So for that one, let's go to the home navigation. The first thing we have to do, okay, to convert it into a model, we have to write a screen option. So here we have screen options, okay, is equal to double curly braces, and inside this one we have to write presentation. I don't know why it's not populating the suggestion, but that's fine. And just write model. Okay, and save it. As soon as save, and let's try by clicking the business. If I click business, it's still showing the new screen, but it's converted to into model. But in a Android screen you will not get that effect, right? And we need that particular effect. Also we don't want this header as well. Okay, so before that, let's add the screen option here. So screen option. Okay, and inside the double curly braces we have to add gesture enable, which is we have to write true. Sorry, true. Okay, and then here we have to write dot dot dot. Okay, and is is Android. Okay, so obviously this we can define is Android true for now. Just constant is Android to be true. Okay, or you can just write true as well, that's fine. Okay, and condition, and here we will write transition present. Okay, so this one. Okay, transition presents dot model presentation iOS. Okay, so this one, and then save it. Now if you see, suddenly it changed to that iOS kind of effect, right? And it look like model. And if you, even though you did not click back button, okay, just you just need to bring this down. Okay, and it will close it. Okay, let's open new one. And even though you bring down, right, like this, you can with the fingerprint you can do it, and you can put it down. Okay, and also we don't want this header, so here you can write header shown. If you see, this suggestions comes up, and here you can write false and save it. The header gone, see. And if I go to this header, it's also gone here from here, so you can directly close it by your fingerprints. Okay, so this look good. I hope you understand this one, and if you have any question regarding this model navigation, let me know in the comment section. And it's quite easy, right? This React navigation quite helpful and quite easy to use in your React Native application. So here, um, on the click of this particular place right item, I'm sending this particular information as well. Okay, so as a place, and then I'm sending item to that one. Okay, and we are already jumping to the place item right now. If I click on any of this particular business, we are just showing the blank screen with the place detail as a text. Okay, now let's go back to the place detail. And here, first of all, we need to get the props which we sent it. Okay, the information we sent it from the previous page. So here, write constant params. Okay, you can give anything, any name you want, is equal to use route. Okay, so in the route, we have the parameters. Okay, and in the parameter we'll get this the information which we sent. Okay, you can console it in use effect. So write use effect. I will pass the empty array, and here we can console param dot place. Okay, because the name which we give as a place. Okay, and save it. And if you see, immediately we got the place information. Okay, perfect. Now let's start implementing the UI. So what I will do, I will create a new file inside the place detail folder called place item.js. Place detail item, place detail item.js. Add the default template. Make sure to import this template inside this place detail item and save everything. Okay, now we have the place information. We, in order to pass the data to the place detail item, first of all I will define a state here, place set place, and here we'll just set place the params dot place. Okay, so whatever the place information is there, we will set it to the set place, so it will set to this place. Okay, and now this place we pass it to the place item. Okay, now save it. Now in place detail item, here we have to accept it as a props, as a place. Okay, now in order to check whether we got or not, here we can just write place dot name and save it. Okay, and now once we click on this one, right, you will see the place name is showing on the screen, which is clutch coffee bar. Okay, perfect. Next, in a place detail, right, I will give some style here. So here you can add some style is equal to padding of 20. Then you can add the background color to colors dot white. Okay, and then you can make flex to be 1. Okay, and save it. As soon as save, you will see background color change, and we also add the padding. Okay, now go back to the place detail item, and first of all here we will display the place name. Okay, so I already have this styling applied and everything, right? So I will just copy paste it because this is very straightforward. Okay, no anything, and you can design on your own. Okay, so it's fully customizable. Then we want to show this another thing like place up rating and everything, right? Means the rating and the star. Okay, and I did this same icon which we used before. Okay, and I will also make sure that I will import this particular icon. Okay, so with the and design I will add this one because this is and design one, right? So let me copy paste here like this, and if I save it, we got the colors. So let's import the color here and save it. Okay, now let's go back to this any business, and if you see, the rating is showing. Okay, next we will show the image, business image. Okay, so again it's quite straightforward. I will just paste it here like this, right? So we already did the image implementation, right? First of all, I'm just checking whether the photo is there or not, and if it's there, then I will adding this image, and source I'm providing as a this map API for the photo, right? I'm passing to the reference for the photo one. Okay, and adding some styling. Now if I save this one, right now we got the image does not exist. Make sure to import this image and save it. And once you go back into the this business, you will see the business image is showing on the screen. Okay, next I will show the address. Okay, so again we'll use text to show the address. And let me bring this in one line. And obviously we are getting this idea place vicinity. Okay, so obviously we already implemented, as I say, right, in place item we have all the details. You can just copy paste it and put some or update some styling to this one. Okay, another thing that I'm adding here, that opening hours. Okay, so in the result we have the place dot opening hours, and if and the value in that one is open now. Okay, if open now is true, I am showing as a open. If open now is false, then I'm showing as a close as a text. Okay, now if I save this one, you see it's showing right now open, right? If it's close, means obviously open now value will be false, and then it will show the close value. Okay, next we will add the buttons. Okay, I want to add the two buttons. So again, very straightforward. So once I, and as I told you, right, you can use the source code anytime, so there is no issue, you can use it. Now let me add the another thing, which is button here like this. Okay, view, and here I'm using ioni icon, so make sure to import this ioni icons import statement. So I will just paste it here. Okay, and save it. You will see the direction button I am showing, and I will show one more button to share this particular address. Okay, so I will add that one as well inside this view and save it. If you see, direction and share is showing. Okay, again same thing. For this view I added this flex, and direction will be row, so it will be showing in one row. Okay, so this will be for the buttons. Now next thing, right, I want to show the map. Okay, and in the map I want to show users location and only the this place location. Okay, so it's quite easy, because we already implemented this Google Map, right? Google Map view, and same component we want to use. We are not going to implement different one, and that's the reason from the starting we are creating a different component for a different section of the application, so that we can use it anywhere, right? So here I can use a Google Map view. See, okay, and I imported here. Now for this Google Map, obviously if you go to this Google Map view, right, here we are sending the place list, right? But before, if you remember, we are sending a multiple place list, right? But in this case we just want to send only one place list. So what I will do, let's go to this place detail item, right? And so instead of putting this place detail item in Google Map view, what I will do, let's save this one, or don't make any change, and I will put it in place detail. So after this place detail item. Okay, like this. Okay, and here I will pass this information. So I will place list is equal to, and it need to be array, not the only object, so I will pass it as a place. Okay, because we have this place information. See, okay, and now if I save this, so right now it's saying Google Map, it does not exist. Make sure to import this one and save it. Let's go in one business. If you see, it's showing on the screen. And if you see, right, only business users information, that is first, this is a you, and this is the business which I selected, right? And it's showing Subway. See, Subway is showing on the screen, right? Only two means only one business showing along with your location as well. And this is how we can use the existing component. Okay, and last, I will add one button. Okay, with the with the on press event. So obviously I'm adding the touchable opacity, and the colors is there, everything is as it is, right? But here if you see, I am adding the on press event for on direction click, right? So this is very important. When I click on the button, right, it should go to the Google Map. Okay, so that's the reason I'm adding this on click event. So what I will do, I will implement this method. Okay, like this. And inside this one, right, first of all let's just print out some like click event. Okay, whether it's clickable or not, and save everything. And if you see, the button is showing on the screen. Okay, so button is the color I already kept in a colors.js. Okay, you can check it out from the source code. Now if I click on this button, right, and just observe this console log as well. So if I click on it, you see click is printing on the screen. Okay, perfect. Now let's implement the method, so that when user click on this get direction on Google Map, it will redirect to the actual Google Map. Okay, so here I will define on direction. Here I can define constant. Okay, URL. So because we want to send the URL, so here I will first check the platform. Okay, and if you see, the platform is importing from the React Native. Okay, and inside that we have iOS and Android. Okay, but it's up to you which map do you want to use. For iOS we will open the Apple Map, and for the Android we will use the Google Map. So for iOS you have to write like maps. Okay, and then we have to pass the place, because we have a place. Dot geometry means which we have to pass latitude. Okay, so I will just copy paste this one, the whole thing. Okay, so if you see, I'm passing the latitude, comma, I'm passing the longitude, and q means query, and I'm passing the address. Okay, like this. And same thing I'm doing for Android. So Android, but instead of maps, here we will say geo. Okay, and then we will pass the same information as before. So copy this existing one and just paste it here like this. Okay, perfect. Now we have URL ready. Now you have to open this URL. Okay, so for that you have one import statement called linking. Okay, and once you import this linking, you have option to open the URL. Okay, so in URL you can pass this URL which you want to open. Okay, and save it. Now let's see the magic. So if I click on this one, right, so right now it's saying object is not function. So let me check what's the issue here, because we have the URL, right. Okay, so here in the platform we have to write select and then this statement, and let's try it now. So if I click it, see, I'm getting some option where it has the map functionality, right, and say Google Map and open it. Now as soon as I open, it's showing me the location, my current location. If I say get direction, it will immediately show the direction without putting any means address or anything, right. So our goal, our app is taking care of the direction. You just need to click on the get direction, and it will show the direction on Google Map. This is how simple it is. Okay, and same functionality you can put it for this direction button as well, right. Now you will say, the we implement this method in place detail, and our button is in place detail item. How to trigger this on direction click, right. So let's do that now. So inside this view we have this direction, right, direction button. So first of all, I will replace this direction to touchable opacity. So this view, touchable opacity. So it have the functionality of on click event. Okay, on press event means if I say on press. Okay, and then let me check everything. Okay, on press event, inside that I will call method. Okay, so you can give any name. I will keep the same name here. Okay, so I'll put on direction click, and now this method you are calling, right. So this direction you have to mention somewhere, and I will mention that one in this particular props. Okay, now what it will the React will detect, okay, this method is triggering. Okay, and then in place detail item, right, it will go back to the parent item. Okay, and inside this place detail item you have to accept it here as well, like this. Okay, and again you can simply call this particular function. Whenever this change, this function will get called. Okay, let's save everything and let's test it. I click on direction. See, we are getting option to direction, right, on this button as well and on this button as well. Okay, I hope you understand this one, and this look quite beautiful, right, the UI and everything. Let's try for another business. If you scroll down, right, and if I open this particular business, Shiki for seasons, right, see, you are getting all the details, address, direction, and the map as well, right. Now another thing, you can add whatever information you want to add, right. This is minimum information I am adding, but you have full option to add multiple information on your own. Okay, now last thing I want to show it here, right, Here right now it's not scrollable, right? You cannot scroll it right now. Okay, everything is fitting in one screen, but what if the screen size is smaller? You have to scroll it, right? Obviously, we already implement this functionality as well, called scroll view, right? So scroll view give ability to scroll on the screen. Okay, just you have to replace the view with the scroll view and save it. Right now nothing will get changed because everything is fitting in one screen, but if the screen is smaller, then you can able to scroll it. Okay, perfect. So guys, if you have question until this point, let me know in the comment section, and you can access my source code anytime. Okay, now we also have the share button. Okay, so on the click of share, we want to share the business information, right? So we will implement that next. Now let's implement the share functionality, and it's quite easy. So first of all, in the service folder, right? If you go to the service folder, let's create a share.js file, and here I'll create a new method called share place. Okay, and here we will write the code. Make sure to export this one. So I will write export default, and then I will put the share place. Okay, I'm creating in different file. If you have multiple type of share thing, right? You can place it here. Now here it's very straightforward, as I say. First of all, you have to write share, and this share will import from this React Native. Dot, it has a method dismiss action, share, shared action. We want to share, so click share. Okay, and then inside that we have to give the title for that particular action bar. So we will go to title like this. Okay, and here you can say share business, whatever name you want to give, you can do share business. Okay, next we want to give message. Okay, so here you can give any message which you want, right? But in this case we are gonna send the business name and the address, right? So for that one, obviously we need to pass the place information to this share place. Okay, so let's go back to the place detail item, and here we are gonna call on place event, right, to this share button. I will call, let's save this for now. Okay, and here we can call share is it's already importing dot share place. See the share place. Okay, from this particular share file. So this one we have to import share place, and then inside this we have to pass the place information. So I'm passing whole object, okay, to this share. Save this one, and now accept it here as a prop. So accept it as a place only. Okay, because this is a method. And now here you can define the business name or whatever, right? For example, in the format I am writing like this. Okay, so I'm adding message as a business name, then I'm providing the business name actual, then slash n means on the next line I'm adding the address. Okay, and then save everything. That's it, you are done, right? Now let's test it. So if I click on share, see this beautiful pop-up is come up, and all the apps is coming up where you can share this business information, right? And if you see business name, which is Shiki Floor Season, and address is showing. Now it's up to you how many place information you want to add into this message, and then you can share to with your friends. Okay, so this is how we can implement the share functionality. Now if you want to add the share functionality when you click on to share the app, right, you can create a new method here, export it, and then you can use it anywhere. Okay, so guys, if you have any question regarding that one, let me know in the comment section, and you can access my code anytime. So now we will implement the search section. Okay, so in a search tab, we have the search tab at the bottom, right? If user click on this one, we are going to show the UI like this. Okay, and here you can search anything. If I put the incorrect word as well, right, the similar word kind of it will, Google will take care of that one if you enter the incorrect word, but still you will get the search. Now if you see, it's showing my location and the nearby Costco, right? And here we'll see the beautiful horizontal scroller and the full size Google map as well, right? And if you see the UI, it's completely a modern UI. Okay, so this functionality we are going to implement, and if you zoom out, right, you will see the others Costco as well. Okay, along with yours. If I go here and change to, for example, gas station, right, says only gas, it will search all the nearby gases. Okay, and if you see the location as well. Okay, and you can just click on it, you will get information. And when you click on any of the business, we will use the existing component to display the business details. Okay, so let's begin. Now first, let's implement the map. Okay, and we want the full size and full screen map. Okay, so inside the component, right, I will create a new folder called search. So let's create a new folder called search, and inside this folder we'll create a new component called Google Map View Full.js. Okay, and add the default template. Once you save this one, make sure to import this particular template in the component inside this search.js. So let's add the Google Map View Full and save it. As soon as we save, we got this Google Map View Full, right. Now inside this one, right, we gonna use same technique that we did it before for our Google Map View, right. So you can copy the existing one, all the details we want, right, you can copy existing one. So for example, I already have these details, right. So this is map region which we define, the location which we have already, which contain the user's location, and this set latitude and longitude. Okay, so make sure to import all the statement for this one. Okay, I will add all the import statement which we required. So I added here like this. Okay, so yeah, that's all, and save it. Okay, now as soon as save, right now we are not showing anything, so that's the reason it's not showing. Okay, now obviously if you go to this our Google Map view, right, we need everything as it is. Okay, we need this location map view and the user's marker, and I will copy these things. Okay, and I will paste it here. Obviously we will comment out this place list for now, and make sure to input everything. So we have everything ready. Okay, and save it, and let's see whether we are getting map. And if you see, we got the map. Okay, now I want the full width, right, so I will remove the width. And also we want full height, so what I will do, I will do 8 to 5 and save it. And we got the full view map. Okay, you can change to maybe 8 9. Okay, like this. Perfect. Now we are pretty much ready with the map, and it also has the user's location. Okay, next we will add the top section, which is the search bar. Okay, so let's create another component in the search folder called search bar.js. Okay, and add the default template. Make sure to import this particular component inside the search.js. So we can add it here, search bar.js. Oh, so search bar. Okay, and make sure to import and save it. So if you see, it's coming here like this. Okay, now for this search bar, right, obviously we'll add a lot of existing things. Okay, before that, we need to put this search bar on top of this Google Map, correct. So what we can do, let's first of all, let's go to this search dot, we already in search folder, search.js. Here we'll add the view, and inside the view I'll add this search bar. Okay, and now in style, right, we'll add the position to be absolute. Okay, as soon as my position absolute is gone, right, but it's behind this particular map, so we have to give z index. Okay, so let's say give z index 20, and if you see, search bar is showing on the map now. Okay, so perfect, we are ready with the search bar section, and now let's implement the search bar. Now for this one, right, we're gonna use linear gradient. So let's search linear gradient Expo. Okay, so this linear gradient will give you the gradient effect at the background, right, and you have to copy this command and paste it in your terminal. Okay, and this is how you can use it. You have to provide the colors, the start color and the end color. Okay, and if you want to give style, you can, and inside this particular linear gradient you will define the component. So I will explain step by step. So first of all, let me remove this one, and here we can add this linear gradient like this. Okay, let's input this linear gradient and make sure the color start color and the white the transparent we are showing the end color. Okay, and make sure to add this dimension as well. So right now I'm putting it full width, right? So make sure make sure to import colors as well. Let's go back to search again. Okay, if you see, it's showing the gradient effect at the top. See, okay. Now inside this gradient effect, we will add our input field and everything. Okay, so first of all, let me. I'm just copy pasting the things because it's just styling and adding the component which we already learned how to do it, right? So here I am adding view, and inside that I added this text. Okay, so make sure to add everything right, and this font family I'm adding very bold and everything. Okay, and at the right hand side I'm adding this image. Okay, make sure to import this image and save it. As soon as you save, you got the discord and image showing on the screen. Okay, and next we'll add the input. Okay, so we have to provide the search input. So for that one, we already did the search input, right? The similar kind of search input we will add it, but make sure to add in linear gradient only. Okay, so here I added this any icons as the icon for the search and the text input. Okay, like this, and make sure to input it. So for now I will console this console.log and this one as well. Okay, so what is do whenever we have some change, okay, when you type something, you will get the on chain text effect will get called. Okay, and with that we will save the data, and on submit editing, when you click done button or return button on the keyboard, then that time this on submit editing button get fired. Okay, I will explain you once we implement the logic behind this one. Okay, and make sure to add this ioni icons import statement. So I will add it here like this and save everything, and if you see, the search input bar is showing on the screen. Perfect. So it's quite easy. Okay, and if you are having trouble to implement or understand this particular line of code, you can access my source code anytime, or anytime you can put comment in the comment section to ask any question, or you can DM me on my Instagram channel as well. Okay, now whenever you just search something, right, anything, then we have to call the API. Obviously, the existing API are not gonna work because that API is restricted to the given type. Only that type of search will happen. Okay, but here we want the free text search, right? So for that, you can go here and just type Google Place Search API. Okay, and this will use this documentation that explain how to search. Okay, so in that we have this text search, and here they provide how to search it, right? So this is the API endpoint. You just need to provide API and the query. So query is nothing but the search input which we have user inputted, right? So in global.api I already added this search by text API endpoint. Okay, only this query we are providing as a search text and the API key. Okay, and make sure to import it. Now once you done it, right, you have to go to the search.js, where at this parent file we are going to fetch the all the business list which user search. Okay, so first of all, let add the required field. For example, you state for the place list, so where we can store this place list and the location. Okay, so make sure import user contact and everything. Okay, then we will call one method. Okay, which is this get nearby places, and we are calling the new API which is search by text, and then we are provide the value. Okay, I will now we can get the response dot data, the same thing we did, only thing will get changed the API endpoint. Okay, and now you have to call this API. Okay, so even though you don't pass the location, that's completely fine because it's location independent. Okay, this API don't need user's location, it automatically detect the user location. Okay, so because we already added the give the permission of the location, so you don't need it again. And now by default I pass restaurant. Okay, when initially, and once you call this one, we will get this place list. Okay, now once we have this list, place list, right? What we can do, we will add the we have to show the business list, right? So what I will do, in a search component, I will create a new folder called business list.js, because place list we already have some same component. So I will change the name in this case and add the default template. Okay, save everything. So here we got the use effect does not exist, so make sure to import this one and save it. To search again, so also global API does not exist. Okay, so I just copy paste, so I did not imported that one. Okay, so make sure to import it here, save it. Let's see. Okay, now we are good. Now we have to import this business list over here, business list like this. But if you see, business list is going down because it's not, it don't have the um, we want to make it absolute the position, right? So that it will be on top of this particular image, the same like this. Okay, only thing is we want to show it at the bottom. So style is equal to position, say absolute comma z index, we can give 20. Okay, as soon as you do it, business list showing at the top, we have to show it at the bottom. So here you can make it bottom with 0 and save it. See, it's showing on the bottom now. Perfect. Now let's go to the business list. Before that, make sure to pass this place list to the business list. So here I will do place list is equal to place list. Okay, and accept it as a prop. So place list like this. Okay, now in business list we have the place list. Okay, now here you want to add your default template. Okay, so same thing, because obviously at the same time of gradient we want to apply it here. I will also add the gradient for this business list. Okay, so I added this gradient. Only thing, right, in this case, now starter I'm showing transparent and in I'm showing white. Okay, so at the bottom it will show white and at the top it will show the transparent. Okay, and make sure to import all these statement, because I copied, so that's I need to import it, right, and linear gradient as well, and save it. And if you see, it's showing the gradient effect. Now in order to display the list, right, we are going to use the flat list. Okay, obviously in flat list we have to provide the data, so in this case is place list. Then we have to render the item, so item. Okay, and here we want to provide the template. Okay, so in this case what I will do, I will create a new component called business item. So here I will create business item.js, add the default template. Okay, save this one where we will add the each business item information. Okay, and here I will import the business item actually. Okay, like this, and save it. You save everything. Right now you show business item showing, because we are iterating this place list, and place list has this I think 20 record, right? That's the reason it's showing the 20 records. Okay, now uh right now it's showing vertical bug. Okay, but let me go through our, let me implement this business item first. Okay, so let's go to the business item, and obviously we have to pass this information. So I will say place is equal to item. Okay, and save it. Go to the business item and accept it as a place here. Okay, and save. Now here we have to implement, I already have the UI ready for this one, so I will just copy paste it. Okay, so let me copy it. So here obviously similar kind of structure we are gonna implement. Okay, so let me put it here like this. So I'm checking. Okay, we need to change this to place. So place.photo is there, then only we are going to show image, otherwise we will show the dummy image. Okay, the placeholder it means. And make sure to import this component. Then we are going to show the name of the business. Okay, and then we are going to show address. So in this case, right, in this API, if you in this API, right, we don't have the address in vicinity, we have the address in formatted address. Okay, so that's the reason I'm checking vicinity is not there, then it will show the formatted address. Okay, you will get to know, don't worry. Then we have text, we have view, and design we have to import. Okay, and the text. So let me import this and design statement like this and save everything. Let's see what the error we are coming. Okay, colors. So let me import the colors statement and save it. Let me go to the search. Still we have error. So item, I don't know where is item. Okay, it's supposed to be place actually, and place save. Oh, so item still exists, I don't know where. So here we place, save it. Let's see now, hopefully it will work. Now if you see, right, it's showing vertically, and but we want it horizontally. Okay, so what you need to do, go to the business list, and in the flat list we have to mark it horizontal to be true. Okay, and as soon as you make horizontal true, it will show horizontally. But if you see, right, it's not looking as expected. So here we need to add some styling. Okay, so inside the business item for the parent view, let's add some styling. So first of all, I will give width of 140. Okay, then I will add the background color to be white. Okay, so colors dot white. Then add some border radius to be 10, and we'll add the padding of 5 as well. Okay, and let's see how it looks. So if you see, it's looking perfectly fine, but still not at the expected. So what you have to do, you need to give some margin to be 5. Okay, and let's add some padding to be 10. So here I'll add the padding 10. Okay, see, and let's give some elevation, because at the bottom if you see, right, it's mixing with the gradient. So what I will do, I will add the elevation to zero point 0.4, so it will range from between 0 to 1. That's why I give a zero point 0.1, and see, it's looking now perfectly fine. Okay, and then we pretty much completed this section as well. Okay, now next what we will do, on the click of business, right, we want to show this business detail, right. Before that, let's add all the business we search, right, on this particular map. Okay, and also if I go to the business list, right, I want to only show first 6 results. So what I will do, I will add the index is less than or equal to 6, and here add the index. Now it will only show the 6 business list or 7 business list. Okay, now what you have to do, let's go to the Google map. Okay, here we want to show the place list. See this one, right, you can enable this one because we need it, right, as I told you. And here we need to accept it as a prop, and make sure in the search.js you will pass it as a place list. So here because we already have place list here, right, in search.js. And now save it. Now as soon as you save, let me zoom out. You see, the all the business is showing on the screen as well. Okay, perfect. So now this also completed. If you have any question until this point, let me know in the comment section. Now on the click of business, we want to show the business detail, right, and which we already have the model for that one, right. We will use that same model. Before that, here let's define the navigation. Okay, so I will give the navigation reference using the use navigation hook. Okay, and this navigation will help you to navigate. So for the business item, wrap it in a touchable opacity, so that we can able to add the press event for this business item. Okay, so once you add it here, add the on press event. Okay, and to this on press event, we will add the navigation dot navigate. Okay, and inside this, right, we will add the place detail where we want to go on the screen name, and then we'll pass the props. So in this case, place colon item, right. So place is the param, and then item which you want to show it, right, and the item. If I save it and let's try to open it, right, see, it's opening. But if you observe one thing, the address is not showing on the screen, right. So for that one, let's go to the business, not business, but let's go back here in the model section, right. So we have place detail section. In the place detail item, right, the address we are showing as a vicinity, if you remember, right. Instead of that, we also need to show the formatted address. Okay, if you go back to the particular response, right? If I search for this response, we have the formatted address, okay, not a vicinity. So this is very important. So we'll use this formatted address. Okay, so if place vicinity is there, then show place vicinity, otherwise show place dot formatted address. See, and save it. Now if you see, the formatted address is showing on the screen now. Okay, and all other thing will work as expected. Okay, in share as well, the vicinity is not showing. So if you go to the shares here, okay, in share it need to be a place vicinity is there. We have to add this condition as well here. Okay, place dot vicinity, otherwise place dot formatted address. And now on the share, if you see, oh, at least the message is required. So we are here, we have to actually add the formatted address. Okay, so for now I will keep as it is. You can try it on your own. Okay, so the direction is also working as expected, no worry. And all other things are work will work. Okay, until now, if you have any question, any doubt, let me know in the comment section, and we'll see you in the next section. Now, one more last thing is remaining. When you just search it, right, we want to update the business list. So for that one, first of all, let's go to search bar.js. Okay, so over here, and on the change text, we have to set the state first. Okay, so here I will add one state constant user. You can write search input comma set search input is equal to use state. Okay, and here we'll set the search input value. So let's come down and with our input is okay here. Okay, so we will set the set search input. Now once we set the value, on submit editing we want to send it back to the parent component. Okay, so we will add the search input. Okay, I don't know why it's showing, wait just a second. Okay, and here I will add the console log. Here we can write set search text. Okay, and we are passing the search input. Now this set search text, we will pass it back the parent component like this. Okay, now you go to the search.js. Here you have to accept it. Okay, so accept it here, and once we get this result, right, we get this value, we will call this get nearby place. Okay, and then we will pass the value, means whatever the user uh, enter this input, it will pass it to the search input and then we'll get the result. And now save it. Now let's test this one. Okay, right now let's see if I want to search gas station. Okay, so search gas, done, and if you see, the result changed immediately, and now we got all the gas station. Okay, if you want to search Walmart, okay, and say done, see, you got the Walmart as well. Okay, all the nearby. So one is very close to my house, so we got it. And if I click any of this, right, see, it's opening with the direction and everything. Okay, perfect. So I hope you understand this particular scenario. So guys, that's all for this particular course. Okay, and if you really like this video, please press like button, and if you did not subscribe to my channel, please do subscribe. So next, we we successfully right now we implemented this home and search section. Okay, but you can also implement this favorite section and the profile section, right? So for the favorite section, you can use any open source database, like you can use the Firebase or MySQL or Supabase, right? And you can use the favorite button to set per favorite section to save the all this business list which you want to save, right? It is quite easy. And on profile section you can give the authentication to this particular application, and depends on that one you can show the profile information, as well as you can save this all the favorite user favorite business to that favorite section. Okay, and if you really want to learn how to do that, okay, please press like button, and if I get 500 like to this particular video, I will create the second part of this video. Okay, if you really want to know, and please comment out in the comment section that you really want to see the next video about this particular one. Okay, and guys, I know this is quite interesting subject, and if you really want to learn more and about this particular kind of React Native application or React Next.js, comment out in the comment section, give your idea. I like your suggestion, and I'll definitely make consider your suggestion, and I will make video on that one. Okay, and guys, please do subscribe to my channel as I'm new. I need your support, and here at the bottom you will see the join button. Please click on that join button and be a member of our channel, and we'll get a lot of different perks. Okay, again, subscribe to my channel, press like button, and we'll see you in the next video. Until then, goodbye, thank you.